Welcome to Skip-O-Matic's Model Mania, and this episode is we're going to do a past build that I've done. There's a bit of a story to this build. This was built for a model contest on a model forum that I'm on. I haven't been on there in quite a while. I've lurked there a few times lately. Anyway, so this was for a contest 1 month where you had to build a car from American Graffiti, and you had to build it for 10 years later. So that would have been 1972. So where's the car now, 10 years later? So some of us had backstories to ours, and this car had a sordid story to it. I built it from the American Graffiti 56. Let me see if I can get this all in there. There we go. The 56 Ford Thunderbird from American Graffiti, the AMT kit. And the story behind it is, you remember the character that Suzanne Summers played, the blonde, the mysterious blonde that drove around. Apparently she was married to the pharmacist or something. Well, ends up she had some misfortunes, and she was told, you know, if you tried modeling, because, you know, she was an attractive blonde, try some modeling, maybe you should go into that, because she was out on her own. She got kicked out of the house, I guess. I don't know. Something happened with the pharmacist. So she does that. She goes out and buys a model because she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. And she gets into modeling. Well, she ends up with a styrene addiction. She can't stop building and collecting models. And she gets in dire straits. She's trying to support that habit. And sadly, she goes into prostitution to support her modeling habit. And then she gets into trouble there. And anyway, long story short, financial difficulty and everything, her pimp ends up owning her Thunderbird. And of course, it's 1972, and he decides to SuperFly this thing, or attempt to. So this is sort of my version of a SuperFly 56 Thunderbird. It's not too many real modifications to the body. The biggest thing I did, I changed out the wheels. I borrowed wheels from I believe it was a 53 Corvette, the AMT kit for the 53 Corvette. Those are the wire wheels from that. I used the white wall tires from the T-Bird kit. The side pipes, because you know SuperFly cars got to have the pipes that come out the fenders and down. The header part of these pipes are the intake tubes from the Munsters coach. And I don't know if you've seen my build of the Munsters coach monster truck. So I had the engine left from that kit. So I used the intake tubes for this part. And then they mate to the side pipes from a Revell 69 Corvette convertible. And that makes the exhaust. The roof is a nice leopard, and a leopard print. Yeah, I've never seen a leopard like that. Zebra. It's a zebra skin removable roof. I did this. I have some miniature animal print stencils, and I used the stencils on here. I tried to mimic the seam. I believe I put some tape there for the seam for the vinyl, or for the cloth top. It's a detachable hard top, and use the stencils to paint the zebra pattern. Airbrush that through the stencil. I used bare metal foil for all the trim around the roof and the opera glass. I believe the windshield frame is chrome in the kit. So that was all bare metal foil for the roof, and the fender skirts trim is bare metal foil. I used panel wash, or the black wash, that did all the door edges, all the gaps for the hood and everything, and the fender skirts. The interior, pop this off. This was my first time using flocking, and I wanted the interior to look similar to red fur with zebra inserts in the doors and seats. And maybe I'll zoom in on that, and you might be able to see it a little bit better. Oop, back up a little, get out of focus. There we go. There we go. And so, trying to get a kind of the red fur for the sun visors and the seats and the dashboard and the tops of the doors and the armrests, and a little bit of detail on the dash there. It's all, I tried to do it all with paint. Kind of tedious. Door locks. Well, that's the interior. It's nice with convertibles, you can show the interior off a little easier. And let me come around here and I'll show you under the hood. I'll actually turn this thing off, I guess. There we go. And let me pull the hood off. And of course I did the black wash on this in the grill and all these things, trying to bring some of that accent out. And here's the engine. It's all wired and hosed. It has, try not to break something on this one. Get in here close. You can see I wired the engine. And yes, as a mechanic, it is the correct firing order for those that it matters to. That's just a habit I have. When you're a mechanic and you work on engines, it's just kind of second nature. Something you're going to do. So there it is. I got the battery cables, heater hoses. Kind of hard to see them there. There we go. Maybe you can see that. Oop, it helps if I keep in the camera. There's heater hoses down in there. The wiring. So I remember I restored a couple of these old Thunderbirds. I knew that that was like a turquoise on those T-Bird badges. So some of the colorings for all that, that's all, most of that was first-hand knowledge because I've actually restored some of these cars. So helps if I stay in the camera, doesn't it? There we go. And let's flip it over. I'll show you the underside. Ooh, yeah. Power brownout. Let me back this, zoom back out again. And here we go. It's easier if I zoom out a little. There we go. And not a whole lot. A few little details. Probably should have weathered and bore the underside of this. I still got the steering working on it. And that's the underside. Nothing spectacular. No weathering or anything. But still has posable steering. I like things to work. I don't know why. And the body color is a Testors. Go ahead and put that back on. It was the one coat lacquer. It was White Lightning. I still have the what's left in the can. This was a few years ago. Shows I'm a hoarder. I never throw anything away. There is, there's paint in it. I hope it's still good. And that's it. Pretty much it. Nothing super spectacular. Pretty happy with this build. Something I kind of wanted to do. I have a weird side of me that likes SuperFly cars, SuperFly Cadillacs, and things like that. I'll put this back on rotation, and you can feast your eyes upon it a little bit more if you're so inclined to do so. And there it is, a SuperFly Thunderbird. So thanks for stopping by, bearing with me on some of my stupidity, and if you like this, like it, hit like down there. Visit my Facebook page, Skip-O-Matic's Model Mania. There's more idiocy on there too. Of course, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're inclined to do that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Makes it easier for you to come back and see what insanity I'm up to. And that's it for this one. So, come back when you can. I'm sure to be here. And till then, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by.